Good morning. We are in Georgetown, which are in the Cayman Islands, and we have been cleared to get off the ship, but we have already been up this morning. I'll show you clips of us already in the gym. We went to the gym, worked out, and went upstairs and had breakfast. Came back to the room. We have priority disembarkation, so we got to go to, they sent us tickets to go to priority tender ticket. And it is, we got to meet at the 5th Avenue restaurant off of deck 7 so that we get off first. I don't know if that's getting off first because we waited a long time because we did not want to sit through the crowd. So anyway, we are going to do that and take that down to deck 7 and get off the ship. We're gonna go explore Georgetown. We wanna go over to, they have a Starbucks, so we wanna make sure we get a Starbucks mug from there. And then we're talking about going over 7 Mile Beach. All right, so we'll show you what we're doing today. Good morning. So this is our outfits for today. We are headed out to Georgetown. We have our water shoes on, swim trunks in case we find the 7 Mile Beach and go swimming. And we're just gonna walk around, hit the Starbucks.
Yep, gotta get a cup of coffee.
And the Been There mug.
Yeah, there you go. I got my new Jamaica shirt on I got yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing water shoes. I'm bringing them though, just in case. So.
All right. Hopefully we get in water.
Yeah.
So it was super quick to get on the tender. Probably 12 minutes or so from room to restaurant onto the tender. So having that pass was awesome.
Well, we're at the beach, right off of the boat, right off of the dock, and we were going to go swimming. But when there are fish in there that are as big as we are, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Can't tell. I don't think they're sharks, but there's a bunch of them. So, kind of funny because we were going to we have our bathing suits on, ready to swim away, and well, we're not going to do that. There's our ship over there. See that? And so I think what we'll do is go get a cup of coffee. Come on with us.
Kevin's getting his coffee from Starbucks here in Georgetown. And we also found our In There mug. Kevin is becoming very close friends with the natives here. Let me just show you.
It's pretty cool.
You gonna go look at it? Women's suffrage.
Wow. Petition signed by 358 women for 7 districts on Grand Cayman, including 88 from Georgetown and 27 from Crew Road, was placed before the Legislative Assembly of Justices and Vestry on 27th May 1957. These women requested that they should be permitted from henceforth to exercise the right of voting in elections and be permitted to hold public office. On the 8th of December 1958, the sex disqualification law was passed by the Legislature of Justices and Vestry of the Cayman Islands. On the 23rd of September 1959, Cayman women finally participated in the electoral process for the very first time.
Excellent. That's so awesome.
And these are the names of the women that signed the original document.
Celebrate Cayman 60 years, Constitutional Hall.
Wow.
That's some history.
This clock tower was dedicated erected by the people of the Cayman Islands in memory of their beloved King George the Fifth. I don't have my glasses on, so it's really tough to read.
And right down the road was the House of Parliament. Awesome. For the Cayman Islands.
What do you think?
I think dark or gray. He likes those colors. Blue, dark blue. The darker. Yeah, the dark one. And how much are those?
I don't know. It says buy 1 for 15 or 3 for 35 US.
Alright, we had a fun day in Georgetown. Now we're heading back to the ship. Videoing.
Hi.
All right, good morning. This is the last day of our cruise. So, and then today we had a behind the scenes look at behind in the kitchen. We got to see the laundry, the crew areas, that kind of thing. So that was really cool. So I could not bring the camera with us, but I would have loved to share all that with you because that was really interesting. Kevin and I will talk about it later together, but I wanted to do a quick welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I got to even meet a couple of subscribers that are here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and that was so much fun. You made my day. I'm just so elated about that. Thank you so much. And then right now we are going to head up and I think we're going to head to the pool. So we are dressed in our bathing suits and we're going to head on up. All right, so I'll see you in a minute. All right, so we're going to head down to
Addison Theater for a day in the cruise life. Answer all your questions about what it feels like to serve on the cruise. So we're gonna go.
Here for 6 months, speaking all day long. But my original sign-off date was supposed to be March 29, but they extended 3 times.
Here we are at the end of another cruise, and this is probably our least favorite time of the cruise. This has been a good one. We've learned a lot on this cruise, actually. This has been one that, you know, as we've kind of walked through the week, there's been different things that we've often wondered and kind of found out the answers to. Taking a couple of tours behind the scenes, and that was cool. So anyway, we are super excited to kind of take another cruise someday soon. But what do you think, honey?
So we did the behind the scenes tour. We did one yesterday and we did one today. Both you were not allowed to bring your camera or your cell phone.
What's up with that?
You had to leave that back because like one was the bridge, and
you don't want to take the camera back.
Yeah, the bridge and the engine room. And that was actually really incredible. Yeah. I really enjoyed seeing the different things that they did, like turning down the AC, like when you go into port, there's only one engine going and not 3. So just stuff like that. You were able to see all the cameras for the security, all those kind of things. Like,
trust me, what happens on the elevator does not stay on the elevator
or on your deck.
Yeah.
So, or if you have a private balcony,
it ain't private. Yeah.
So just know it's not private. So what you're doing on there, Everybody knows.
Well, there are people that know it.
There's people that know. Yeah. So that was interesting to see too, and that was, you know, mind blowing, because you know, you think a lot of times that you're alone in places, and you're not. Yeah. You're not. So the last 2 days we have not blogged a lot because of the tours were 2.5 to 3 hours a piece.
They're long, yeah.
And so by the time that was it, we would eat, you know, take a nap, go to the pool, and we came back here. So today we wanted to wrap up. So today we started off a tour. What did we do on our tour today, honey?
Today was behind the scenes part 2.
Yep.
And the bridge. Oh, by the way, on the bridge, 2 things that I took away. First of all, there's no big steering wheel, you know, like you would on a ship. It's like a box with a little joystick on it.
It's like a little sports car.
It's like that's what they likened it into, a sports car. And the other thing was, over on the navigation side, when they're coming into port, they stand on and look straight down. There's a little box that is cut out. It's plexiglass that they can view straight down to make sure that they're lined up really cool. I think those were the 2 big kind of cool things I took away. Yeah,
that steering wheel was pretty like, what? You're steering that huge boat with this little tiny steering wheel.
Yeah.
And then the other way that they steer it, it was like a little joystick. It was like this little stick like this, you know, that you move this entire boat with.
Yeah,
so that was pretty...
Yeah, those guys are pretty talented.
And then we were able to see all the flags that they had. They had like, what, 30 flags?
Yeah, 30 different, well, probably even more than that.
Yeah,
we weren't able to take a picture to remember. But anyway,
there were a lot.
You know, all the flags signal to other boats what's going on inside this boat. Whether they're under pilot from another vessel, there's under construction, there's things happening, maybe even in distress. All of those flags mean something, and so they fly them to communicate to other vessels. Anyway, so it's kind of neat.
So
today we went to behind the scenes in the rest of the operation. We started in the theater and saw the sound control room, which was kind of cool, coming from a perspective that we come from when we have to, every week we put together a production, for lack of better terms, for our services. So it was kind of cool to see the differences. This huge light up, the LED board. And it wasn't a projection board, which we thought it was. It was, seriously, it was a wall of little LED lights that are programmed to create different
big scenes.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Went behind the stage to look at where the dressing rooms were for the ladies and for the men. And
so they had 2 separate sides. I didn't think that they would. I thought that they would be together. I've seen in Royal Caribbean, like they share a dressing room of like 6 tables, 8 tables. They share that space. But this was
definitely 2 different spaces. They look almost identical, but they're definitely different dressing rooms for the men and women, which I thought was kind of, I liked that. I liked that too.
Yeah.
And then
they had each a vanity, which was
like a dress-up mirror and all that.
With lights.
And then we went from there, we went to the backstage, or if you will, to decks 2, 3, and 4 on the MSC SEASHORE, which is where the crew does all the work. It's really where the boat functions, right? And so we saw everything from the provisions, where they bring the provisions on. We saw the walk-in coolers. I mean, these things are huge. Massive walk-in coolers, and they have different ones for different things. Like, you know, we don't drink beer, but they have a different beer cooler from a wine cooler because they have different temperatures they keep them at. Then they keep the fish in a different place. Then they do the meat. Then they do the chicken. All of that kind of optimally has different refrigeration points, and so it was kind of cool to see all of that and all the preparation that goes in behind the scenes.
And that brings me to mind how clean it was.
Oh yeah,
like they had a place for everything. Everything was separated.
That was a big takeaway.
It was very clean, like spotless clean. You definitely want to eat in there, eat from there, because they are definitely clean. The surfaces are clean. Floors, walls, and this was everywhere. This was not just in
floors,
one
walls,
spot.
ceilings, stairwells.
Yes,
everything was spotless, which I actually commented on. There's a guy, I guess it's his job. He pulls a paint can around, and they're painting constantly down below deck. It's a green, pale green, all the way around, and it keeps from rust and from decay, but it's absolutely stunning. It was a real big takeaway for us.
Yeah,
how clean it was. If it's clean down there, you know it's clean up there, and it wasn't just a show. So we went from there. We went to the the galley, saw where they cooked the food, where they prepared the meal. Then we went and had some of what they were making.
We did.
Yeah,
yes.
we went and had that at brunch.
So we saw the fried rice that they were making back there,
yeah.
and I thought, that stuck in my head all morning long. So I thought, oh, you know, if I see that, I'm definitely.
And we ended up ordering it, not discussing it. We ended up ordering the same one. I guess it was subliminal suggestion by looking at what they were doing, because I was like back looking into everything else, and I did see the fried rice, but I said, well,
and it was, you know, it just looked so, you know, how well they did it back there. It was clean. It was so clean that you were like,
it was.
When I cook in the kitchen, it's not clean. It's like everywhere.
It's clean.
No.
It's clean.
It's a big cleanup afterwards, but it was clean as they were cooking it, pulling it out of that fryer. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I knew when we got to brunch this morning after that I was going to get that fried rice. So it was really good.
Yeah. One of the big takeaways also from that tour of the galley area was we were in the bakery, and they were describing what they were doing and how they prepare the bread a day in advance, and then they the dough, right, and then they bake it off during that shift and then present it out, so it's a fresh bake off. But we both heard the same thing: 11-hour shifts. They all work 11-hour shifts, and so 2 teams, one goes in at night, one goes in a day, and so they reverse back and forth.
So bread is always
being
made, dough or bread. Yeah. It's always being made.
And they have like 40 different bakers that are part of this team that constantly presents the bread for the about 8,000 people on board between guests and crew. I mean, everybody eats bread, and so you know.
And so when we had to go in there, I just want to reiterate, yes, it was extremely clean, but even when we had to go in there, we had a net, you know, plastic outer coating.
Had a gown up.
Like a rain vest type thing.
Yep.
We had stuff on our feet so that we were not bringing contaminants in there as well. And just watching them do that bread, you would think bread is messy. I know at home when I do bread, it is messy. It was not messy. They were back there. Everything was clean. I mean, there was a little flour dust, a little bit. So you know that they had been cleaning.
Yeah.
And
we saw the dishwashing station.
Yeah.
Which every floor, this is kind of cool. The galleys are not just one huge galley. There's one on the 5th floor for the restaurants there, one on the 6th floor for the restaurants there, then also one on the 16th floor for the marketplace buffet. Mm-hmm. And then down in the crew area, there's also a galley, but we weren't able to see in the crew area where they live. We saw down the hallways,
we could see
and there are different cabins and stuff, and so that was kind of cool. But we weren't able to see there. We went to a question and answer session with Endrigo Martin, who was our cruise director. Hey, give it up for Endrigo. This is his last day.
Oi.
Yeah, oi. He's from Brazil. So he was the actual cruise director on here when we came in late January. And so it was really cool to hear some of his story. He's actually getting off the boat with us tomorrow. Mm-hmm. His contract is expiring. And so
he's made a ton of changes on the boat.
Yeah, they have a way that they do changes. They call it projects. And so they roll out different changes to different things, and it makes a big difference across the experience. Yeah. And so couple of the bigger changes that he was talking about was the way that they greet passengers coming onto the ship. That was one of his favorite changes. And so they have a line of the different departments that are there and saying, hi, welcome, we've been waiting for you, you know, just greeting people as they come on board, which other cruise lines do a pretty good job of. I think nobody compares to Disney. Right. Nobody compares to the entrances that Disney gives you, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and then the other change that he was talking about was like to the menu. And one of the things that we took away from our cruise in late January was the food was really Mediterranean. And I think you probably watched some of our videos, you'll see that.
And it was the same.
Right, it was kind of, there was a little lack of variety, but it was all very much a Mediterranean menu. Now, it's very much an American menu. It's noticeably different in the way that they cook. Even the hamburgers are different because of the way they prepare them. So they've been listening to the feedback and they've been doing a better job. So when you come on an MSC cruise, make sure to say something that the food has changed, it's different, you appreciate it, because they did get a bad rap. Now, on YouTube and on different reviews, they would get a bad rap because of this market wasn't what they were used to.
But their goal
are changing
as a cruise ship, of course, is is public. They want to please the public.
Yeah.
They want the public to want to come into the MSC ships and be comfortable. And just like he said, they wanted Americans to feel American, like we had our food rather than Mediterranean, where everything was so much different.
I mean, it's an Italian cruise line, and so when they came into the market, it's been 3 years as they've come into the market, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think if they continue this way, they're going to take over the market. They're going to push Carnival and Royal kind of to the side a little bit. These guys have a good product, and they do well in what they do. And so we found out a bunch of stuff this cruise. Really enjoyed the backstage, really enjoyed getting to know some of the different people. We've had the best cabin steward on this cruise. We've been a little lacking as far as our Jaya. Yeah, we've been a little lacking with our cabin steward relationship over the last couple, but this one, he's gone above and beyond.
I don't think before it was lacking because of them. There was things that happened because I was not. Like the first day, I am so embarrassed that I did this to myself. The first day of the last cruise, it was in January, and my husband goes, honey, I'll be right back. He went to go check on something.
Yeah.
So he went out the door, and I assumed that he forgot his key, because not even 2 seconds later, he was knocking on the door while I was in the midst of changing. And so I didn't have pants on. You know, I had undergarments, but I did not have my pants on and I had a t-shirt. And I stood behind the door and I said, hurry up, get in here. And it was the
cabin steward.
Yeah. He was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I slammed the door shut. Well, I was so embarrassed the rest of the cruise that the relationship was not great.
Yeah. Yeah, cruising's fun with this one here.
You know, I just thought he forgot the key. I'm like, hurry up, get in here.
Crazy.
Well, you know it happens. You know things happen on a cruise.
Yeah, things happen. So. Yeah. Well, a couple of things. I mean, we, as you look throughout the vlog, there's some things that we liked and some things that we found wanting. Of course, the selection of food has increased, but if you don't get the drink package, it is actually decreasing in the options that you're allowed to choose. And so we found that a little bit putting off because they're actually forcing people to take the drink package along with the cruise. And so, I mean, it is what it is.
So the drink package would include sodas, cappuccinos, lattes, frozen drinks, virgin frozen drinks, because we don't drink alcohol. So
I think it's drinks up to a certain amount, right? Like
something like
$10,
$12. I don't know.
And then there's another level that's higher than that is unlimited of any amount of drinking. And so
they had these cappuccino latte machines in the buffet line on the line.
Yeah.
And prior to this cruise that I know of, it was always free. You could walk up and make your own latte.
Yeah.
Well, and it was free. And so this time we went up there, and there's a bar steward standing there charging $5 for a cappuccino or a latte.
Yeah, so we were a little disappointed by that.
That just makes it look not good. They should remove those machines if that's what they're going to do, and put them somewhere else. So
on a positive side, we were actually scheduled at 7:15 or 7:30 seating for dinner. We can't do that. That's not going to work with our lifestyle. We're in bed by that time. Just kidding, but not really. So we usually eat at 5, and so that was the first seating. So we went up on the first night. They did change us to the 5 o'clock seating in a different restaurant, and so they tried to accommodate different requests in different ways. So you take the good with the bad. You just have to know what you're doing and kind of plan ahead, right? Plan ahead. But they are almost making it impossible not to get the drink package, whatever level of drink package you want. So just plan on it, plan what you're going to do, and know that that's what you're going to have to do. Okay. So anyway, any last or closing thoughts, honey?
We met some incredible people on this ship this time. I was blown away by we got the new table for the new dining time, and we met this really awesome couple. They live here in Florida as well, and part-time in Pennsylvania, and they were the kindest people. It was such a nice little friendship that we developed. It was awesome. I wasn't expecting that. That was great.
It's part of what you do on a cruise is to develop relationships. unless you're us, and we try to stick to ourselves because it's overwhelming when it comes to a cruise to not know anybody. But actually, that was actually a nice serendipity of this cruise that we actually got to form a nice relationship or a friendship with another couple.
And then we got to meet a couple subscribers, which was phenomenal. Yeah. It was so nice to meet the shippies. And then also we met another couple, and it was just really incredible. It was so nice to meet you guys. Yeah. If you guys see us out, please say hi.
Yeah.
We are available and would love to talk to you guys.
So yeah. So.
But we had the best time. This time was a really good, relaxing time. He really needed to rest, and he got 4 good days of rest. And then the last few days, he's been itching to get back to work.
I think of the 168 hours this week, I slept probably 100. And so, yeah, it was definitely got some catch up. Definitely got some catch up. So that was good.
So thank you so much for joining us here on Blessed Crazy Life. If you have not, please subscribe. We it helps the channel, and we are so thankful for you. And if there's anything that that you may want to see while we're on a ship, just let us know in the comments down below that we can look out for, whether it's food allergies or that kind of thing. I do have a seafood allergy, and they did a fantastic job on the ship taking care of that this week.
Yep.
And we know several. Also, I don't have a gluten allergy, but I prefer to stay away from gluten. And that was the other thing that I saw this time, is they had gluten-free buns
options, yeah.
And they were up on the buffet, and they were in packages,
individual packaging, yeah.
And if you wanted it toasted, they would take it back and toast it. Yep. But that was a great option that they've come up with as well this time.
Yeah, they're really listening and responding. So, well, thanks guys for coming along, and we can't wait till the next one. We'll see you next time here on Blessed Crazy Life.
Disembarkation of the MSC SEASHORE. So today we got up very early this morning, and we're down in line at 6 a.m. to walk off the ship, and it actually opened right up at like 6:55.
Yeah, 6:55.
And we're able to literally walk right off the ship. You know, you walk through and you do the facial recognition for your passport and all that as you got off the boat. And so anyway, that worked out really, really well. We met some great folks in the line with us. They were awesome. They're from South Carolina, so they have a 7-hour drive in front of them. But embarkation went really well.
Disembarkation went amazing. Embarkation, if you watch the video, was a little sketchy, right? Had a lot of maybe
lost luggage.
Yeah, lost luggage, grouchy people. No, not her. Other people. And it was just it was a show. But getting off the ship, here's your tip: get up early, get up 5:30, go up, get yourself a cup of coffee. We had the travel mug, so we put coffee in the travel mug. We had our stuff packed the night before. 6 o'clock, we left the room, went downstairs, got in line. There was already probably 20-25 people in line. But it was, we were pulling into port, and then as soon as, it said 7:30, but as soon as they got the clearance, they opened the doors. And so we were by the time the line started moving, we were at the truck within 10 minutes and out of the port. And so that is stress-free disembarkation. Today was it. So just wanted to tell you guys, get up a little early, get in line for the MSC SEASHORE disembarkation. It's the walk off your own luggage. As a matter of fact, when we were walking through the terminal, you can look over and see the luggage. The luggage for those who checked their bags, it wasn't even out yet. And so the one that number 18 was our group that would have been there. It wasn't even there yet, none of them. And so we definitely feel like this is the way to go. Wanted to let you guys know this is the way to go to a stress-free disembarkation. So, anyway. Make sure to follow that too.
Follow along for all those tips.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you guys on our next adventure in just a few short weeks. We're going to take you on a bus trip, so can't wait to spend that time with you.
Yeah, we're going to go to the art. We're going to go to Kentucky. Is it Kentucky, right?
It is Kentucky.
Yeah.
And Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, so we're going to visit Louisiana as well. So that will be fun. And then the trip after that will be me and my daughter on the Freedom. And then the next one will be the Seashore again.
Stay tuned.
Right?
Yeah, the Seashore. Yeah, in 7
In
months.
January, yeah.
We'll probably do something.
But I'm sure there's going to be another camping trip in there somewhere.
Yep.
All right, then we will see you again
Next time.
real soon.
God bless.